building structure is really not safe. They're old schools. We just had a pipe just burst and there was asbestos found in the walls. And the kids couldn't go to school because they had to do an abatement.
Look up to the ceiling and then you see a bunch of cracks in the ceiling, and it's clear that the top part with all the chairs up there clearly isn't that safe because we're not allowed up there.
The STEAM program, which deals a lot with technology and engineering and math, that's the whole concept behind it, it is doing well, but the facilities that are there are we're kind of like trying to shoehorn our children into that facility because it wasn't designed for STEAM.
There are certain limitations for the district achieving those goals because of the infrastructure. We must realize to really effectively and economically achieve those goals, we have to invest in new schools.
You have all these other communities that have the facilities that those children deserve. Why not our kids? It's time.
This community, for generations, have been talking about consolidating our 5 schools into 3 and bringing all of our schools onto one campus. Finally, we have decided that this is something that we are ready to do. We are putting a $114.6 million capital project before our voters on Tuesday, February 12th. This plan will have a monthly taxpayer cost of $14 per $100,000 of assessed property value. This is, in essence, an investment in our kids and an investment in our community.
As a mother of 2 girls, one in the 10th grade, the other in the 4th grade presently, I believe strongly in the concept of one district, one campus.
We're going to expand the current Lee F. Jackson by 20 classrooms, which will allow us to have a full early childhood environment for our students from pre-K all the way through 2nd grade. Then what we're going to do is we're going to actually open up a brand new building, grades 3 through 8. Now, most people will think, well, 3rd graders with 8th graders may not necessarily work, but we will have separate entrances, separate learning spaces, separate gymnasiums, separate cafeteria. And then finally, we will finally have a dedicated high school, which will house grades 9 through 12. Although those schools are functional, we recognize that those schools are in disrepair, and those schools no longer meet the academic and instructional needs of our students. In fact, Bailey Elementary School's classrooms no longer meet codes as per New York State Education Department. We will offset the cost for any additional repairs needed in the district because we're going to sell those 2 properties.
I personally am in favor of the consolidation because I feel it will give tremendous value to my real estate, to my home.
Some of the proposal is to actually build a specific STEAM lab. There's also enhanced library facilities that would go in. And there's a lot of modernization of the facilities. We would have significant savings, I think, over the long run in terms of heating and cooling.
My children deserve to have an education in buildings that are fit for purpose. We're not sending the right message to our kids if this is the best that we can do for them.
I believe strongly that the consolidation is part of what I can give back to this community.
We do, as a district, we need change. It would benefit everyone, I think.